very strange. We've had to be adaptable, like everyone else in the country, really, and deal with what we've been going through, really. But we've tried to be as proactive as we can be and get ourselves as well prepared for next year as possible.
In terms of your recruitment, you've brought a few players in. Tell us about some of the new arrivals.
Yeah, we're happy with how things have been going at this stage and where we are at the minute. I think we've got some good characters coming to the club who want to achieve good things and be part of good things at Kidderminster Harriers. I think it's been spoken for a long time. You hear people saying this club shouldn't be where it is. The talk is cheap, and it's time we do something about it, and that's what we'll be looking to do this year. Obviously, with Amari coming in as a front man, knows the area well, been here before, but he's got that hunger at this stage of his career that he wants to kick on and kind of, I wouldn't say finish his career, because I think we've got a good 3, 4, 5 years left in him, but finish off at a club where he can become an absolute legend. Same with Lewis Montrose, a lad who's come to the club, been around the block a few times, knows how to get success, but wants that success at Kidderminster Harriers. And that's what we were about. The lads we brought in at the back end of last season as well, who didn't actually get to play, but they're players who we had in mind for going forward, and I think they'll be good additions as well. Jim Kellerman, Kobe, I think it's really positive for the club.
You've brought in a bit of experience, which obviously is going to be key, really, and get a kind of spine to the side and an experienced spine. Really.
Yeah, I think Russ has spoke about the spine quite a lot. We think it's vital. I think we know what this level's about. Everybody wants to go out and have an ideal way of playing, and look, we've got that ourselves. We've got our own philosophies, but at the same time, you've got to be adaptable and you've got to be realistic to the level at times, and that's what we'll be looking to do.
In terms of sort of planning for pre-season, it must be very difficult, really, because I mean, without any way being flippant, you don't actually know when you're going to start the season.
Definitely, great challenge to be fair. Like I say, it's our first job, our first time in this situation, and you've got nothing really to go against. However, we're still being really forward thinking. We're trying to think of the what ifs, plan as much as possible, so when it does come and we get that date, we'll be ready to go.
How do you manage for planning pre-season friendlies, for example? Because it must be quite difficult to come up with a definitive date. You kind of come to an agreement with a club you'll play on sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. We had our friendlies. They were lined up. They was all set in stone for coming back. We had certain games lined up, and it's had to be a case of, look, scrap them. And we'll go from where we are now. Obviously, we've been speaking to clubs. We've got certain games lined up, and like you said, until we get that green light, it's silly to kind of make any plans in concrete. And we've got to be flexible.
There's always some degree of turnover of players season on season, as you well know. Ed Williams obviously has decided to move on.
Yeah, with Ed, like I say, we offered a deal to the lad. He's gone a separate direction. He's one of them as a club. We wish Ed well. I think that's gone out in the press already, and we move on really. I think we have to. That's what it's about. It's about this club moving forward. So people who are in the building, it's going to be about them, the supporters, the staff, the owners, everyone being together, and that's what it's about.
Clearly, Harriers are very much so well advanced with their summer recruitment or whatever. But is it part of you and Russ thinking, well, actually, there could be quite a few players around later in the summer, because clubs you would imagine in the Football League are going to operate with smaller clubs simply because of the financial situation? Yeah,
definitely. I think it's getting that balance. I think we've got a healthy squad at the minute for this stage. I think we'd be selling ourselves short. I think if we tried to do things too early as well. We've tried to keep a little bit of scope for a few players who might come along. Obviously, we've got our contacts in the game, and we know what it's going to be like this year. There's part of me that thinks I'm glad I'm not a player this year. I'll be completely honest. It's going to be very difficult for a lot of players being out of contract this season. I'm sure clubs are going to be working off different sort of budgets and squad sizes further up the ladder. So that could filter down to National League and National League North and South as well, and below even. So yeah, look, there's going to be a few players who we'll be looking at as well in that time. But we are happy with where we are at the minute.
Yes, I can imagine quite a few clubs at this level might have, should we say, a few non-contract players early in the season when it does start, because they simply won't have a deal.
Yeah, definitely. I'd be very surprised if that wasn't the case. But you still want a base to work with as well, which we feel we've got and we're getting close to. So I think you need that, and then if you can get a few additions on top closer to the season, fantastic.
In terms of the players to whom you offered deals, I think it was 7 in total. As I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, 6 of those are now resolved. Milan Butterfield was the one I'm not aware of. Can you tell us where we are there?
Again, that's ongoing. The contract was offered to Milan at the end of the season. So again, nothing has happened with that. So obviously we won't be waiving any kind of compensation rights and stuff like that. So that's kind of out of our hands really. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, watch and see that one then really.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a word about the pitch, because obviously, as has been advertised by the club, a lot of investment gone into the pitch over the summer, and even at this stage, it looks good.
Fantastic. I think if you had turned up a week ago, it was covered in sand. Turned up on Monday morning and grass everywhere. It's unbelievable. So whatever they've put in it, I think I might want a bit myself for the old bonds. But yeah, it's fantastic. The work that's been done behind the scenes from the club, the groundsman. It's fantastic. As you can see, it looks really good, and hopefully come day one of the season, it'll be a fantastic surface for us to go out and get some good results at home, because it's something we really need to build on from last season.
And it is, of course, part of the tie-up with Wolves this coming season, which is an exciting move for the club, really.
Definitely, I think it's a massive positive for us. Wolverhampton Wanderers, one of the most forward-thinking and progressive clubs in the country, really. Looking to break into that top four. I think it's great for us to have that relationship with them. They've been great so far, and I think it's a massive plus for us. And going forward, hopefully we can build a really good relationship with the club.
In terms of your pre-season plans with players, where are you with that? And can you train in small groups, or what's the situation at the moment?
Again, I think we're working. We've got our plans in place, obviously, for training. However, we're very much waiting for that date from the league. Obviously, with government updates all the time, things are changing all the time. So we've got different kind of processes in place for when and if and when we come back, and how we're going to approach it. So yeah, again, until we get that first date from the league for the start date, I think we're going to play it by ear.
But you take heart from the fact, for example, county cricket's going to start the 1st of August. I'm told the Gallagher Premiership Rugby will start on the 15th of August, and so you must be confident that it's going to come, really.
Yeah, definitely. I think the first getting the Premier League and Championship started was a big thing for the sport in general. I think it gets things moving and it shows people that it can be done. Obviously, we're further down that ladder. However, it was a massive positive when that happened, and we'll be very hopeful that we get started soon, shall we say.
And you personally, obviously it's been a very weird season to come in your first time in this sort of role, really. But have you enjoyed it so far?
I think I've absolutely loved it, to be honest. I've a massive learning curve, really, since coming to the club. I had every intention of playing out 3 years and getting promotions and living the dream and being back in the league as a player. However, things change, and you adapt and you learn from them, which I've done, and I know Russ has done the same. We've built up a good relationship in that time as well. I think we just knew the time was right, really, to really want to have this opportunity and take it as well. Loved every minute of it. Like I say, it's been challenging, but what a great time to come in and learn things, really. Having them challenges thrown at you and then coming through them. Can't wait to get going, and yeah, hopefully this season will be a great one to start on.